Hi everyone, Lori Marie here, mixed media artist in Vallejo, California. Thanks for joining me today. There's been an explosion in my studio, but I've had so much fun. I've created a vegan leather journal cover. So fun. Frankenstein style. Yay. Love that. Sewing machine, brown paper bag, cuddle bug, spray inks, stays on ink, eyelets, ribbon, dangles, composition notebook. Very, very fun. So, thank you for joining me. A big thank you to Rosanna for your contribution to the village. Yes, I will buy Hudson a new toy. I will, I promise. He likes to pull the stuffing out of them eventually, so it's time for a new one. So he sends his thank yous. Lynn, thank you so much for your gift, your holiday gift that you sent to me. Yes, I will use that. You know I will. Dana, thank you always. I think this was the last of your purge, so thank you. I'll be passing some of that along. And Marie, thank you so much. Yours are very organized. Your focal points are very organized. So I get to go through those and enjoy those. So thank you everyone that's contributed one way or another to the village and our supplies. I appreciate that very much. So no more from me. This is a very exciting project. So see you on the table. All right, here's our delicious project for today. It's a Frankenstein journal cover. And it's embossed brown paper bag, which is delicious. It's held together by a magnet. So I used brown paper bag and the Cuddle Bug embosser and lots of different inks, my sewing machine, a ribbon, dangles, a composition book, more spray inks to just kind of make that gorgeous. Whoever that's to, I would put the two here, but the composition book fits in there. So yeah, brown paper bag, Cuddle Bug inks, stays on, sewing machine, dingles and dangles, composition book, and you are ready to go. Let's do it. Okay. I have an idea and I can't wait to get it started. Of course, I have to be out of here in like a half hour, but at least we can start. I'm going to tell you what I think I'm going to use. Some spray inks, my Mod Podge. I'm going to use my Cuddle Bug with some folders, just assorted folders. My scissors. This is a composition book. I think I paid like $1 for it. My intention is to use this. We shall see. And some brown paper bags. All right, first off, I'm going to take the brown paper bags apart. So I'll pull the handles off. This is a Trader Joe's bag. Handsome Hubby works at Trader Joe's, so I asked him to bring a couple of them home for me. I'm going to cut along the bottom here. And here. And then I'm going to lift this up and take the complete bottom panel off. And then there's a seam, last handle off, noisy, I know, sorry. There's a seam that runs up here, and I'm going to take that out as well. And then nothing is doubled, everything is the same thickness throughout the bag. Now, just for easeability, I am just going to cut this bag in half, so we're just working on half of it at a time because it's very large. Put that aside for later. And I'm going to take a folder here and see how big I can go. We'll just say about 3 pieces across. Measuring perfectly, of course. And lengthwise, we'll be able to get another piece off the bottom because that's folded. Spending a lot of time on my prep this morning, as you can see. Okay, so now I'm going to take one of these, 2 pieces of paper, Mod Podge these together with my baby blue and my relatively clean workspace. It's never uber clean, but not too bad this morning. Place those together. Take a paper towel and smush out any extra Mod Podge so that you don't get that on your folder. I'm going to just grab the first folder that I have. It's a Cuttlebug and a Griffin, ACANTHUS is the name of the folder. Some folders I'll be able to tell you the names of, and some of them I won't. Alright, I'm going to take this and run this through my Cuttlebug. I used plates A, B, and B, and my folder. There's our first embossed brown paper bag. Gorgeous, right? The reason I put the Mod Podge in there is so that there is some stability, and as it dries it gets pretty stiff. So I'm going to take the next piece, Mod Podge, pick a folder. I have the Mod Podge between those 2 pieces of brown paper bag. Smush out the Mod Podge. Pick the next folder. This is Tim Holtz. And then run this through my Cuttlebug. Oh, that's fun. All right, I'm going to keep doing this. I have 2 pieces done right now. I'm going to do probably about 6 pieces like that, all with different folders. So go create, go play, go have fun. I'll see you in a minute. All right, here are my pages. They're still damp. This is 1 bag full. I used all the pieces that I cut off as well. Now I'm going to bring in my spray inks. And then I will set these aside to dry, and I will ink the other pages as well. Second batch, all inked up. So I am choosing to have the embossed up because I'm going to hit that probably with some StazOn ink. That's artist's choice though, up or down, doesn't matter, it's up to you. I am going to use the sewing machine on this when I get back to it. So my intention is to make a cover for this composition book, which is, since we like to have the measurements, Patricia, 9.5 by 7 1/4, 7.5 we'll say. 9.5 by 7.5. I want to make a cover for this, so I am going to do another brown bag. Same way, dismantle it, glue the pieces together, run them through the Cuttlebug, and spray them. Alright, we're out of light for the day, But here are the yummy embossed pieces with some spray on them. Very, very nice. And so what I'm going to do with them is I'm going to put some StazOn ink. This is Saddle Brown. I don't know how much I have left in here. I'm just going to hit those high points. Now I'm going to go to the black. And I'm just going to do this on all the embossings. If it's light, I'll go with the brown. If it's dark, I'll go with the black. I think most of the rest of them are dark, so I'm sure I'll be using black on most of the rest of them. Alright, let's look at what we have. Most of these are with the black StazOn. Black, black. Look at these, aren't they gorgeous? This I didn't do anything to because it is black. This is with brown. Brown, 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 black, 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 brown. So that's what we have in the way of pages. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pieces and I'm going to just run my X-Acto blade over that one time and then tear that off so that we have a little bit of a rough edge. So this has kind of a rough edge. I'm going to bring the next piece in. I know that this is too big, so we're going to cut this in half or thereabouts. Perfect. Go through all the pieces, just give them a rougher edge. Some will be smaller pieces, some will be larger pieces. I'll bring you back and show you what I've done pieces-wise. But this rough edge, very, very good. Alright, I have scored all of them. Some of them I have cut in smaller pieces. So I will tear these, giving them a rough edge, and then I will bring them all back and show them to you. Okay, good morning. You know it's dark o'clock. I have early morning voice and my coffee and a pile of goodies that I tore last night while pretending to watch television with handsome hubby. I'm so good at that. So I have these pieces all torn in different sizes. They are gorgeous. And my intention is to make a cover for this and put a magnet on the front and a flap with the other magnet so that it closes. So I know I'm going to sew these together, so I know that I need for them to be bigger than the book. So we are going to go over there and at that sewing machine make this about 10.5 inches, a piece 10.5 inches by at least 12 plus that 15, about, I don't know, about 18 to 20 inches long. Okay, so I'm going to take all these patches and just helter-skelter sew them together with the fun edges showing. Alright, I've had one visit to the sewing machine, and this is the panel that I've created. And I'm just going to keep on adding on to this until it is the right size or about the right size. Alright, here's my second visit to the sewing machine. And if I hold my notebook up, then this area is the right height. Okay? And we have lots to go to cover it this way. But that's okay. I used 2 paper bags to create the patches, just so you have some kind of a gauge there. All right, I just want to bring you along on the journey. This is where we are right now with sewing it together. So we're getting there. We are getting there. A few more patches. Isn't this gorgeous? Yes, it is. All right, book cover is as complete as it needs to be for right now. So if we make this 10.5 inches tall, that should work. We're winging it, you know that. 10.5, we can even go a little bit bigger just to make sure. Someplace in here. Oh look, that'll be good. Marking pen, please. Someplace in here. And I am going to rip it, not cut it, to keep with the irregularity of the edge. There's going to be areas that don't want to tear because of the stitches. Right, I have this edge all torn. Let's turn it around. Measure out our, I guess it came out to about 11 inches that I'm tearing it at, which is fine. So someplace in by this, that's good. So I will tear this part off. So I have this area torn. I'm just going to add a little bit on with these little pieces that I ripped off. I will bring that up to the right height. Oh, that's a good one right there. Bring that up to the right height and sew those on. You guys still with me? Okay, I believe we have the right height. Yes, we do. Should be pretty close all the way across. What I want to do is make a flap so that it hugs the journal. So I am just going to fold this, which is not an easy task. Grab my bone folder. I like this irregularity there for the flap. I'm going to just sew the edge here and here. I may sew there too to keep that flat. We shall see. But the intention is for this guy to fit into there. Okay? Let's see what we do on the machine. All right, come along with me. Let's see how we did. Oh, what do you think? I think ta-da is what I think. Oh, look at that. That's gorgeous. A little stiff. It's okay. All right, so this needs to come over here. And we need to make a flap here. All right, bone folder, please. So if it's there, can we close the book? Yes, could be a little bit tighter even. I'll bring that in just a smidge more. And I'm going to tear this off. We'll see how we do with that, because this is too big and I can use this someplace else. So there's the back. I'm going to go sew this here and here. All right, let's see how we did. This goes in the back. This goes in the front. Bending yoga. Oh, oh, oh. That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. All right, now I want to make some kind of an attachment so that it actually closes. All right, I need to think about that. While I am figuring out that flap, I'm going to put some tacky glue on a magnet and slide it inside that front cover. Now I am placing my magnet right here. Right there. I know it's going to catch on the notebook, but I want to be able to close the notebook with a magnet snap. So, all right, we'll let that magnet dry and we'll work on the flap. All right, here's our fun-loving flap. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the back of the book and I'm going to sew this on the back, just about where that seam is. Okay, so I have the notebook in here. Here's our fun front and our back. Our magnet is there. So this is going to come across. This is great. It's just all kinds of crazy. Love that. Find where that magnet goes, right there. Oh gosh, this is wonderful. And I'm going to take that magnet, glue it on this side with some tacky glue. Make sure that's in the right spot. It is. Fantastic. When this tacky glue dries, I will sew this on here so that that will hide the magnet. Okay, do I drive you guys crazy? I took the magnet off. I sewed the flap on to hold the magnet in place. I'm reapplying some tacky glue. I am going to slip the magnet in the pocket. So the magnet is glued down. The other magnet is here. Everything's going to be all crazy and not even. Oh, look at there. We are not done yet, but we are done for this moment. All right, so here it is, this fun little, oh, isn't that great? What I want to do now is go to the center, and I am going to drill 3 holes, 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to do the 3-hole pamphlet binding stitch on this. So the drill bit that I have is a 7/64. All right, I do have a piece of wood under here. And I am going to, maybe right there. So I drilled a hole here, here, and here. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3 holes. 7/64 was the size. We'll see if these little eyelets will fit in here. Yes, they will. Look at that. Just perfect. I'm going to take my crocodile and put it on the install. Okay, we have an eyelet here, here, and here. Now I'm going to go around all the edges with my black StazOn to just kind of catch those edges, make them look more finished. Okay, now I'm going to bring the notebook back in, put it back in the book. Okay, so this ribbon was sitting on my desk. I've got about, I don't know, 6 feet or so, a little bit longer than that, maybe 9 feet. I've doubled it, put it through a needle that's a large eye needle, but the needle has to fit through the eyelet. So I'm going to put it through the back of that eyelet and through the center hole, through the top hole, bottom hole, back up through that top middle hole, all right, everybody's tight. Cheers. Then I'm just going to tie that ribbon off. And leave some of this because I'm going to probably put some beads or some dangles, keys, or something like that on those ribbons. Very nice. So this closes. This comes over the top. That's magnetized. And I'm opening up the back, putting some StazOn on that area that's going to be exposed when they open that journal up. Trim this off. Trim all the strings off. So this white area doesn't work for me, so I'm going to take it out and I'm going to spray that with some ink. So I sprayed that with some ink. I'm just going to close that. Do the same thing in the back, just so it's not just a just so it's not just such a white page there. That's gorgeous. I'm going to have to let that dry before I go to the back, though. So pretty. Let's add another color. All right, this ink is dried. I'm going to go to the back and do the same thing to this page and the back of the notebook. Well, ta-da, Village. Look at this. It's held together by a magnet. Composition book inside. Fits in nicely. Lots of pages for somebody to journal in. Closes nicely with the magnet. Tag, keys, heart, words, buttons. Boho bead, I put this on after the binding just to kind of embellish it. But yes, very happy with that. Go create, go play, go have fun.